Hello everyone, just going to do a quick update on what I've been doing around here. I have conscripted my 61-year-old mother, and she's been helping me do all of this, but we've ripped up a lot of the paving here. I leveled it and stuff. I got rid of the mulberry bush. These tubs will be moved soon so I can get all these pavers up. These pavers I haven't moved yet because obviously the ponds are still on them, but all of these square tubs will be moved down there where my mum is cutting up a stump for one of the quarter lines, and they're going to go against the fence. Having fun, Mum? So all the black tubs are going to go here because I should be able to fit 4 along here, and then these 3 will go on the other side. Then that round pond will go over here, and I've got another one to go to there, and that should have all matching stuff in together. And then where that pot with Thai ginger is going to have my bins that I can assemble and disassemble, and then all of these small square ponds will go back where we've got to still pave. Then those IBCs are going to go up here. I'm going to film a longer video with the whole process and go over pretty much what I'm doing now, except I have all the costings in there for how much roughly everything is, because obviously this is going to be for profit, for running business, so eventually I can just be self-employed again. So I'll go through how much it all cost me to set up, and then roughly how much I think I should make from everything doing this consistently, and which species I'm going to be using. But this pond here is going to be up there next to that one. This pond here is going to be pretty much on that corner. This IBC will get moved up to the back, so all the ones that have got the higher stands, because they're the base of the IBCs, are all going to be up the back here. I'm going to find somewhere better for this pond that's full of hornwort and swordtails. The lilies are all growing really well. But yeah, so eventually the only things I'll be growing in my backyard are plants in the fish ponds for sale, and then obviously food crops, because I don't know about everyone else, we're paying ridiculous amounts for groceries here in Australia at the moment. So I've got stuff like lemongrass. These are all vegetables and herbs along here. There's a pomegranate tree there. This is a guava tree. Got chilies, spring onions, garlic chives, all that down there. These are sweet potatoes here, so you can cut the vines and have the vines root out in your fish ponds and then plant them in your garden. So that's one way of growing them. In fact, so this is a sweet potato plant here, so you can see it grows all the new vines off here. So on potatoes, when you get them, when they start to grow eyes, this was an eye, obviously it's turning into a vine now, you can twist the eyes off, just like grab them and then slowly twist them, sit them in a very small amount of water in a container or something, and they will start to root out. And then when you start to see it's like some roots like that growing off the eyes, and then starting to develop a top, you can actually then move them into the garden, as long as you've got somewhere where you got to water them regularly until they establish. So that's one way of getting to grow. Like this is a sweet potato vine here. So that's one I rooted out in the water. Obviously it's going to be planted soon because they don't like to live in water, but yeah, it's one way you can start your own vegetable gardens at home. And then I've said previously, this is all Vietnamese mint. The lemongrass, so I grow lemongrass for 2 reasons. One, I like eating it. Second one, you break lemongrass up, like if you plant a hedge of it, it grows into a massive plant. You can hedge it, and when you cut up the lemongrass, the smell from that will drive away mosquitoes and sandflies. So when you're surrounded by as many fish ponds or bodies of water as what I am, you can attract a lot of mosquitoes, and that's just a good way to kind of reduce the amount that are around you, because obviously when you've got stuff like that where pots are sitting in water, that's where they'll breed. no mosquitoes ever going to breed in these ponds because the fish are going to eat them before that happens. But just when you've got little standing bodies of water that you forget about and you don't obviously harvest mosquito larvae out of, this is just a good way to keep on top of that. This is a Indian almond tree, so I've got that one growing obviously for when I start breeding some of the softer water fish, such as like the dwarf cichlids, and then hopefully I will get the Caridina shrimp, and sometimes they like more acidic water, so this is just going to be a good way of buffering them. So having that growing here is just a good way to have my own source of the Indian almond leaves. Cafe lime, Tahitian lime, mango trees, they will all do really well in terms of fruiting once they start getting the fish pond water. So every time I've got to harvest a lot of fish out of the IBCs, the idea will be, because I'm using the base IBCs, they have, of course you can't see it because the pond pressed right up against it, they have a bung or a lever here that I can drain the water out, and with Adrian's help, because he's an expert at plumbing, I'll create a manifold that will kind of spread the water out into the garden. So everything I'm growing in here will do really well and get really good nutrients into all the fruits and vegetables that I'm growing. This is a tomato bush that's growing here, and that's already going just crazy with all the crap I've been throwing on it. And yeah, so there's a lot of edible plants you can double duty with your tubs. This is pandan, this one. If you cook a lot of Asian food, you probably might know what it is. You break the leaves off it and you put it in your rice cooker, and it makes the rice really soft and fluffy. A lot of Vietnamese and Thai people use it. So I have this one here, which is a strawberry pot, and if you've ever used a strawberry pot in a place like Australia, you know they're absolutely useless because they dry out really quickly. However, the idea will be to use a milk crate like this. I'm going to do a video with Adrian because Adrian loves his edible foods as well, but sit that on there inside a tub, so about that much of it will be underwater, and because of the purity of the terracotta, it will keep everything well hydrated, and I can grow stuff like these strawberries, which we've harvested a few of, but they're going absolutely crazy. But the strawberries will actually be able to grow on there in a pond, and they will be out of reach of snails and slugs and anything like rats that may try and eat the fruit. So that's one thing that will be coming in the future. Just need time to actually film things properly. So that's just an update of everything that's happening out here. I've got to do some more work before the sun goes down, but I hope you enjoy. I'll do a more polished video on everything a bit later.